Okay, so we are going to start with our eyes today. I've got I've got a product that I've never used before. We're gonna try it with this look. Hopefully I don't blow the whole look with this new product. I don't even know how to put it on, but I bought it and I'm addicted to it. This is what it is. It's by Malini. This is drugstore. It's like a highlight eye topper, and I'm super intrigued by this. I know a ton of people use stuff like this. I think Stila has these really pretty glitters that you can put on your eye looks, but I've never tried it, so we're going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a try. I'm also going to work out of my James Charles palette. Now, if any of you watch other YouTubers, I'm sure that you've seen all the drama surrounding this poor kid. But I have his palette. I love the colors, and so I'm going to just continue to use it. So, okay, so I'm going to start with my concealer. This is by e.l.f. This is the Camo Concealer. Like, what is this? 16-hour Camo Concealer. Now, I am using the shade Medium Peach. Right? No, Medium Peach is my pale color. Typically, I use medium sand. Yeah, medium sand. This is the color that I use when I do my sunless tanning because I'm trying not to tan anymore, so I'm getting it out of a bottle. I'm using the one from Jergens. It's a mousse. It's a pump, and I love it. It really gives me a really beautiful, natural-looking tan. But I am not tan currently, so I'll have to do that later. I'm going to go in with the Medium Peach. All right, and I'm using this as kind of like a color corrector and my primer for my eyeshadows. I'm also going to use, oh yes, I got this new sponge. This is just a beauty sponge. I got this from that front part of Target. Let me blend this out before it dries. The front of Target, you know, where they have those bins, those $1, $3, $2, $5, $7. This was at the $3 bin, and this is my Real Techniques. It's disgusting. I'm gonna throw it away, but it's the exact same thing. It's squishy. It's wonderful so far. I got it under the faucet and just filled it up with water, so it got nice and big and fat. And I'm gonna just try it out today. So hopefully this works for me too. So I am gonna set my eye primer with this is, what is this? This is the RCMA No Color Translucent Powder. I put it into this container just because this is how it comes. Okay, and it's really hard for me to just get it out of the top of this cap. So I put it into an old container that I had by another brand, but it just makes it easier. And I'm going to use this cone-shaped brush. This is a Morphe M438 brush. And I'm just going to set the concealer down. And this will just really help me blend out other colors that I'm going to stick on my eyes. So that's why I do that part. So the first color that I'm going to use out of this palette is Canvis. It's the very first shade. To me, it's like a yellowy, peachy, just very neutral color. And I'm going to take my Sigma brush. I'm sorry, the wording's wore off. So I'll find it and I'll link it below. But I think it's like a Sigma E40. I think. I'll find it. I'll put it below. I'll list everything below. The colors I'm using and the brushes that I'm using in the order that I'm using it. So it should be easy to kind of follow along. And what I'm doing with this brush is I'm picking that color up and I'm just putting this in my crease. Now, because I am so pale, you probably won't even see this on camera, but what this is doing is again, it's putting down that layer to just kind of help other colors blend a lot easier. Okay? So it kind of takes a couple of steps, but by taking these steps, you get a really beautiful blended, blown out look. And that's what I'm going for. I'm going to start with my darker color, and I'm going to take, this is another this is a Morphe brush. This is an M433 brush. I'm going to take this color Bouquet. It's really red. And the trick is to start slow. So I'm picking just like the tiniest bit up on my brush, and I'm actually gonna like flick a little bit off. And as I'm getting older, I'm noticing my eyelids are kind of hooded, or my eye socket's kind of hooded. So when I'm looking straight on, you don't really see where I'm going to put my color. So I'm going to create a new crease. So before I would always raise my eyebrows, and then you can see all of that space where you put the beautiful colors. But then when I lower my eyebrows, it gets hidden. So that's what you mean by hooded lids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my hardest not to raise up my eyes, but I'm just going to keep them naturally rested. And I'm going to just put my brush on the outer portion where I want that new crease to be. And I'm going to go slow with this because it's a lot easier to add color. But if you go in balls to the walls, you could have a really big fat mess. So just kind of go slow and build it. Okay? Okay. That way, that color is going to peek out. Oh, and I don't have to, hi guys! You know, I can just keep my eye rested, but you'll still see my color as I'm talking, just normally. Okay. And again, I'm just adding a little bit of color, little bit at a time to create this crease. And I'm doing windshield wiper motions, not circular motions, windshield wiper motions. And that is what's helping us create this line of illusion. Okay? Okay. For the sake of filming, so that this isn't like a million years long, I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera. Okay. So I've got the outer corner done. Now I'm going to kind of bring in some of the colors as we inch closer to the inner corner. And I'm going to take this brownie color. What is this called? It's called Tea. Oops. This is called Tea, and we're going to take this color here, and we're going to use the same brush that we used for the very outer corner. I like to use this brush because it's small and very precise. And I'm going to just take this and put it back in the crease, but instead of coming up here, I'm going to bring it kind of down onto my lid. So for this, I am going to raise up my eyebrows so I can see that empty lid. Okay. And I'm just, I'm kind of doing little circular motions. I'm just kind of covering this outer corner. It's like a little triangle. If you think of your eye about here as like a little triangle, like here's an edge, and then down, and then back. It's kind of like a little funky looking 3-year-old's triangle. And I'm just putting this on the outer corner to bring depth and dimension, and it just kind of helps smoke things out. So we are going to make this outer corner a bit darker, but like I said before, if you start light, you can build. If you go too heavy, like if I go in with a black or really dark chocolate brown, it's not going to blend. So you got to start slowly, so then it'll blend. Now for down here on the lid, with this same brush, I am doing little circular motions that you can see here. And that's just kind of moving that product around and blending it out. You can see that. Okay, now I am going to go in with like the star of the show. I'm going to grab this green, and I'm going to take this on my Morphe M438 brush. It's just a flat brush, and this is the shade, what is this? Hello. This is shade Hello. See, it's this really beautiful pool party turquoisey blue. It's just, I'm so addicted to it. I love it. So I'm going to just pick this up, and that's a lot. And I'm going to bring this right to the inner corner. Now, you can see as I've raised my eyebrows, you can kind of see the inner corner crease. I do not want to pass that crease. If you pass the crease, it's going to look like a mess. So I try to keep it low at first and then work my way up. So I'm just going to darken this up here, and I'm just going to pounce to get that color on. Okay. And I just want to make sure that that's nice and coated. And I'm even kind of going over some of that brown that I got on the outer corner. Did anybody see the Beyonce show from Coachella that she did this year? It's on Netflix. I love it. She also did a really, really great song for the new movie, The Lion King. It's not a new movie. It's a remake, but let's get real. She did a song for it. I think it's called Spirit. And both my 3-year-old daughter and I, we love the song. It's kind of on repeat. I'm sure it'll be on this playlist in just a little bit. We might hear it. So we'll see. If not, Google it. Check it out on iTunes. Check it out on YouTube. There's a music video on YouTube, I think. So it's good though. So, okay. So now I'm going to try this product that I've never tried before. I've never done this. So like I said, I hope I don't screw up this eye look. This is by Malini. Okay. This is a, what is this? What do they call this? This is a Hypnotic Lights Colorgraphic or Hylographic Eye Topper. This is in the shade Electric Frost. I got mine at Fred Meyer. I don't know if they're discontinuing them or not, but we're going to give it a go. And it's just on this little dofa. Right there, you can see that. And I think you can either grab it with a brush or you can just go directly onto it. I'm going to grab mine with a brush, just a really flat brush. I use this brush all the time to put on glitter, and so I'm just going to grab from the dofa and get it on my brush because I feel like I have better control on my brush, and we're going to go for it. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this on the inner corner, and because it is a liquid that I'm putting on top of a powder, I'm going to treat it just like I would a glitter, and I'm just going to pounce it. I'm not going to swipe. Oh, it's really pretty. Okay. So like I said, this is wet, so I want to try to keep my eyelids closed, or my eyes closed, so my lids stay exposed so that that can dry. Okay, so I'm going to check this just with my finger and see. Oh, it's kind of dry. Okay, so, ooh. Maybe I just need to use my finger. That's blending it really nice. It's very metallic and really bright, but it's not like coming off on my finger like I was afraid it would. And I'm kind of just tapping it in, again, to just kind of blend it a little easier on top of that shadow, and I feel like it's doing a really good job. See, look, I've got like barely anything. It's cool. Okay, so for moving on to the outer corner, I am going to jump into the Jaclyn Hill palette, which this poor girl has also got some drama happening around her right now too. But again, her palette is undeniable and I love it. So I am going to go with the shade Jada. The same brush that we did before with the two outer colors. Now for this, I am going to, again, try to keep my eyes relaxed, starting on the outer corner, moving my way in, because I want that to be making my crease where I want it to be instead of where it's naturally is. Hooded. So what this is doing is it's bringing more depth down and deep and really defining that outer corner crease. So there are a lot of steps in here to really blend this out. But like I said, honestly, if I wasn't talking through this and I was just doing it, I really could get through this pretty freaking quickly. Right here, it's very dark, darky brown, but it's got like a little bit of like purple into it. And so that's what I want to use for this outer corner and really just kind of complete that. Okay, now I'm going to take this close to my lash line. Same brush, so you don't need too many brushes. And I'm bringing that right up to that green towards the outer corner. You can kind of see that. Again, don't load up your brush and then slap it on your eye because it's not going to blend right. Pick it up a little bit at a time. Okay, pretty. Ooh, I like it. I'm going to just take this on my finger and I'm just going to clean up this lower lid. Get the green off the inner corner. Now, I have been really into no eyeliner lately and just kind of letting the eyeshadow speak for itself. You could totally throw an eyeliner on here and it's going to enhance the look even more. I'm going to choose to not do that today. Like I said, I've really been into a no liner look. So I'm going to just kind of keep it with no liner. Let the eyeshadows just really speak. Okay, let's move on to the face. Okay, I'm using the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. I'm going to shake it up. And actually, let's do this. Prime those cheeks. Prime that forehead. I have really been into e.l.f. products lately. The price is freaking right for my budget right now. Flawless Finish Foundation. Okay, and this is in the shade Alabaster. Again, this is my pale shade. I do have another shade that I've been using for my tan shade, and that is the shade Sand. So medium sand, and sand is my tan shade for when I do my sunless tan for the concealer and the foundation, and Alabaster and Medium Peach is my pale shade. So what I've been doing lately is I will take my Morphe M438 M539 kabuki brush, and I will stick this, I'll just do 2 pumps right onto the brush. I'm trying not to put it on the back of my hand anymore because I'm trying not to transfer things from my hand to my face, especially since I've been doing this sunless tanner. I don't want to put really anything on the back of my hand and then get that on my face because that can clog pores.
Okay, so I'm just going to speed this up a little bit as I'm blending this all over my face. I'm trying to just be very careful as I move this around my eyes, not to pick up any of that shadow so it won't drag across the back of my face. So again, just blending it and making sure that it's nice and smooth and seamless.
I'm going to take my concealer and I'm going to put that here on the corner of my nose. And normally I would just take this all the way out here, but I don't want to accentuate those fun little wrinkles that I have now that I'm aging and I'm 38. So I'm only going to bring that to about halfway over my eye, but I am still going to cover that. Okay, down and halfway. Okay, Let's see if this is going to work. And I'm only going to do like a little dot, 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 and a stripe. I'm also going to take my Wet n Wild finishing spray and I'm going to spray my sponge. Okay. And I'm going to set this concealer. Okay. Now the amount that I put out here is definitely enough. It's enough to get my entire under eye. That's nice. I like that.
So again, I'm just speeding this up. I've blended out my other under eye, and now I'm just blending out the chin, the bridge of the nose, and the T-zone up on my forehead.
I mean, you can't get away from what's there, but it helps, which is what makeup's supposed to do anyways. So I'm going to take my RCMA No Color Translucent Powder again to set all of this concealer before it really settles. Now also keep in mind what works well for me may not work well for you, but you won't know until you try, so why not just give it a try. Makeup is just makeup. If it's funky, wipe it off and try it again. Use any fluffy brush you want. Get some powder on your brush, set the rest of your face. And I'm going to bronze my face with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This stuff is so nice. Whew, it smells so good. It's like pina colada. It's delish. Ooh, let's bring it out. Okay. And I'm going to take this on the Morphe M438 brush. Now I'm starting from the top of the ear and I'm dragging this kind of towards my outer corner of my mouth, and that's how I'm making that sharp line there to kind of help bring a little bit more indentation, shadowing here. So you can see now here, my face is more well defined and it looks a little thinner than it does on this side. We haven't done this side yet. And you wouldn't think that this brush could get such a sharp line, but it does. I don't know how it does that, but it does. It's beautiful. Don't forget your forehead. By blending up in the forehead and at the hairline, that is going to help, again, just bring more dimension to your face and make your makeup look a little bit more natural, if you will. Okay, so moving on to the cheeks, I'm going to use this blush by MAC. This is in the shade Fleur Powder. I don't know. There it is. It's beautiful. It's more of like a rosy peach, or not peach, a rosy blush, but it's not like pink. It's pretty though. I like it. Taking this on an angled brush. This is an Arbonne brush. And to get my blush on, I do give a good smile. And I'm putting this on the apples of my cheeks on top of the bronzer. And just bringing it back. Dragging that back. Okay. Becca with Jaclyn Hill. I'm going to use her Perccio pop, the goldy one there. And I'm going to take this on a fan brush. Any fan brush will do. I think this one is also by Arbonne. And I'm just dusting that in there. And I'm going to hit that on the tops of my cheeks to kind of help pop the cheek and give us a little bit more of a glow. So it's just, makeup is just in layers. You know, you just layer to, you know, create your dimensions and the curves that you want. I'm also going to take this Perccio and I'm going to stick it right here on the upper lip, the Cupid's bow. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow. I've used this in other tutorials and I love it. You'll love the price of this because I just bought it again and I forgot originally how much it was. $2.99! $2.99, ladies! And this is brows! Brows! And this will last you a long time. $2.99. And it's like the Anastasia brow definer, I think. It's the same shape. $2.99. Wet n Wild. You're welcome. Enjoy. What I'm doing is I am just filling in the bald spots of my brows. I'm being very light-handed on my inner brows. Right in here. Very light-handed. It's really just kind of dusting until I get out here to the arc. And then what I'll do, especially with this line, this brow, I can do it. I can't really do it on this side, but I can do it on this side. So I can lift that eyebrow up to that arc, put it right there at the peak, and then drag it down. Okay. And that's defining the brow. It's so quick. Now this has also got the brush on the end, other end. I'll brush it out. Blend everything up. And I can see I have a little eyebrow hair that I need to pluck, but I'll do that later. Okay. Now to get the very inner corner, I really want to be very light here. And I'm mimicking hairs by the little light upstrokes that I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Now because I can't do the eye trick on this side, I am just eyeballing it and trying to make them look as even as I can. And I think that's actually pretty good. I'm going to blend this out a little bit. I mean, I'm going to take the Control Freak by NYX. This is the brow gel. I'm going to set those brows with this so that they don't move. Just keep those in place. Now, I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. That's brown here. I'm going to lay that down first so that other colors will blend. And I'm using a pencil brush. This is also a Sigma. I'll figure out what it is and put it down there in the description bar. And I'm bringing this right on the lower lash line. Okay, not a ton, just enough. Okay. Just back and forth, back and forth. And then I'm going to take the very dark color, the Benny color, that dark purpley color, same brush, just to the outer corner here. Okay. And that just kind of helps tie the outer corners, both upper and lowers, together. Now I am going to use my definer brush. And I'm going to grab that green, bluish green, and just put it on the inner corner. So I am going to take the L'Oreal Original Voluminous Mascara, and I'm just going to get a coat on my natural lashes. Let's get real. I'm going to do a couple coats. the lower lashes. Okay, so I feel like my cheeks are a little bright. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that big fluffy brush and I'm just tapping up and down because I feel like those cheeks are a little bright. No additional product, just tap up and down and it kind of diffuses it a little bit better. Okay. Whew. Okay. Again, this was the matte finish Wet n Wild. Okay, so this is by ColourPop. This is called Magic Wand. This is a liquid lip. I think they call it velvet liquid lips, or maybe just a liquid lip. Not really sure. I'll find out. So there's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I love this look so much, and it's really simple for me to achieve, and it doesn't take this long to do. I've just been talking through it. So I hope you guys enjoy this look. If you like a talk through, let me know and I'll do more. If you like a voiceover better and just get going with it, let me know that too. I'm happy to do that. I'm hoping to do another video. I want to film another video this week sometime and hopefully get it up. I'd like to start getting more videos up because it's just fun for me to kind of escape back into makeup and just enjoy hanging out with you guys. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.